Thank
would you accept Medicare for all? And I don't know if this situation would present itself or not. This is an interesting question. Would you accept Medicare for all if abortion was not included?
Whoa. Shit. That's a moral conundrum, ain't it? Well, I mean,
I don't know if that situation would ever present itself, but
yeah.
I suppose that might be one of those
I
cross the
mean,
bridge if it comes. I can't imagine it would, but
I mean, here's the thing. I mean, technically, our tax dollars don't go toward abortion anyways. So I guess it would be okay for us to pass it if it wasn't included in theory, but I've got to look more into that because I mean, as of now, we don't pay anything toward abortion. Our tax dollars don't go toward it. So it wouldn't be a big deal if we passed Medicare for all and it wasn't. But I haven't looked into that. It never actually crossed my mind. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, interesting point. Yeah. 17th Earl of Oxford brought up that question. And I guess, I mean, I think that's the best answer you can kind of give. It's like, well, if that were ever to present itself, I would address it at that point, but it's not something I ever thought would be on the peripheral. You know, you would just assume something like that would be included.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So last one. What is your answer to the Californians who might ask, how can we afford single payer? How can we afford that?
We can afford it very easily, actually. So it depends on what you want to do. Do you want to just go off the current system? We could do that and add price negotiations. By adding price negotiations in, you could pretty much afford to do it right there. We currently already spend billions upon billions upon billions of dollars on healthcare currently. Yep. There was a study done that said it would cost $400 billion for California to have healthcare over the next 10 years or something like that. They forget that we're already spending like $373 billion. So it's not out of the works. But number one, if we eliminated open market pricing and we had actually set prices and we did price negotiation, we can afford it. If we went to a public banking system, we can afford it with the revenues from public banking. If we basically if we had the mandate in the state of California, because we have to keep in mind almost 24% of Californians don't have any insurance. If we did have a mandate in California for single payer, that would actually leverage against everything else, and we would actually be able to afford it there as well. There's probably about 6 or 7 different ways that we can afford it.
Well, I mean, the study I saw too, like I know you threw some numbers out there. The most recent thing I saw was that, you know, they projected that if we unveiled single payer in the state, it would cost about 14% of the GDP, but we currently spend about 17%.
Yes.
So we're already paying for it. It's like, I mean, that would be like it's like, we're already paying for it. We're already paying for it. And the difference is not everybody's even insured. So we're already paying for it.
Correct. And you know, what's funny is they say like, we're going to spend a third more on a single payer system, but then we also save all that money in admin fees because we spend like 30 or 40% in administrative costs because it's such a pain in the ass for a doctor to collect on insurance. You know,
in fairness, though, those admin fees go miles in helping the common cold. It's just, you know, those admin fees. I mean, it's my sinus is cleared right up once they showed me some admin fees. I sniffed the ink and then I was like, oh, great.
Ron, I'll send you a bottle of Robitussin. You ain't got nothing to worry about if you got that common cold. I'll send you some Tussin.
Thanks, buddy.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your news